Hello, everybody. I'm super excited to welcome you all to yet another amazing episode of Super Moms Unleashed. Today, we have a vibrant personality as our guest. Her name is Farhana Iffath Ikram. She is a very vibrant, multi-dimensional personality. She is a super mom, mother of two beautiful children, and also author of the book Working Mothers, You Are Just Wow. She's more than an author, she's also working as an IT professional and she's also an edupreneur. Having so many different roles and responsibilities in her life, being a mother of two, having a wonderful family life as well. Come, let's listen so many beautiful inspirational things from this supermom today and let's learn from her. Welcome, Farhana, for the show.
Thank you very much, Aishwarya, for inviting me for your wonderful show. I'm so glad to be part of your journey, though. Definitely, I'm sure I'll be able to contribute the best I could possibly do.
Thank you so much, Farhana, for coming in our show today. So, my first question to you will be, Farhana. Everybody will have many challenging moments in our life, okay? But there
Yeah.
should be some spark within us that should definitely help us to move forward along with those challenges. That spark should definitely tell us, no, this is not the way that we have to lead our life. There is something else is waiting for us. And
Yeah.
why should I surrender my life to this fate or all these challenging situations? So, what
Yeah.
kind of a spark that you had within you that helped you to come out of it when you were in your challenging situations?
See, it doesn't come out after I had become a mother, but it was there in me since I was a child myself. So when my mother was a working mother, like she used to go to office and she used to be very busy. And I grew up in a joint family though. But you see, being in a joint family, you grow up like, amongst a lot of children. Again, you're just another child. And mostly all my cousins had their mothers at home taking care of them, but wherein my mother wasn't there, and I had this feeling about why my mother should go to work, you see. And then I was asking this question to my mom, and she was like, okay, in order that I give you a better life. That time I did not understand it, but when I had my own child, I definitely thought like, I should give my child better life than what I had or my parents gave. You see, the progression of lifestyle, the awareness that I have got because I am educated, because I have been moving around places since I am working. So, a lot of things that I came to know when, rather when I compare myself to the background I come from, my other cousins, my lot of women from my community, they get married, they settle down at home, and yeah, I know many things than them, of course, because of which I'm able to educate my child beyond schooling. So I feel, this kind of awareness is very important for my child. And when that when that environment is needed, it means I should be working more and more, and I should be making my life better in order that I give my children a very best life possibly I could give them. You see, that comes from my childhood to, ensuring that okay, I should have a better lifestyle, that's there from a very long time.
Right, right. I get that. Yes, your spark was there since your childhood, but then
Yeah.
in there is spark in everybody else as well. But we also have this challenging times which says, no, no, it's really challenging. Let me just give up. Okay, but
Yeah.
you didn't, right? So,
Yeah.
what made you to do that? And what made you to think, no, I should not give up at this time. Let me see what else I can do.
Of course, I did give up at certain point of time. Everyone just falls down and then rises up. I believe in, or I have learned to believe that when you fall down, you rise really high than where you are. Yes, right. So I did give up. There was a situation where I did not like to work because I had to be a mother, I have to take care of my child, and as well I can't ensure that I meet the project deadlines or take up the pressure from the office and all of that, I did give up. And then I realized the things, initial days was nice, but then realized that, okay, what am I really doing? I'm capable of doing so many things, right? And I have learned so many things. Basically, my personality comes as a contributor. So, with the inborn personality or the personality assessment that we undergo, so being a contributor, I cannot keep the knowledge that I have gained to my own self. In some little way, I want to really share it with the community, whichever possibly I could. And that led me to, start up my play school for my second daughter. And that is again a combination of, you see, the place where I live, it is Ranipet. There was no daycare at all. When I was looking to join a college as a professor or a lecturer, I really like that profession of teaching and inspiring students. I wanted to join a college, but I had a small baby. I want to put her into the daycare. I did not find any daycare around my place. So I thought, why not let me start my own daycare itself, so that it can be useful like moms like me. I quit a job. Then I made up my mind, I want to really do something, work for some time and earn also. Finances are very important. And that way, definitely, in order, as I said, to give a better life to my children, I need money. Money is really needed. So I thought, like, it will be a dual purpose, and I serve the community of working mothers like us, and so that they peacefully go to job leaving their children. And I'm really good at taking care of children. I really love children. So that way, it all started with my second innings of coming back to a profession. But definitely, when I quit my IT job, I thought, okay, enough is enough of working. Now I need to focus on my family. I need to be there for my family and children. So I did drip, and then I, arose myself higher.
Wonderful, wonderful, Farhana. And so, listeners, myself and Farhana are friends for almost 2 years now. So, we are
Right.
more talking from that angle. So, I just realized that. So, I'm
Right.
just going to give you a small heads up from where she has gone and from where she has come all this way. Okay. So she was working in IT, and after that, when she found that she was pregnant, she had to give up her IT job, and then from there on she went into depression, and she had her own ups and downs in her life. And finally she understood her needs in her life. What are her needs, how she can align her needs with her family, with her actions. And finally she was able to come out of her depression without any tablets or so. Okay. When she was able to work on her mental self, she was able to find her better strengths, align with her actions, and it really helped her to bounce back towards life in a very better way. That's why she is saying, hey, now she had a dip and then she bounced back. Okay. And when
Yeah.
she gave birth to her second baby, that's when she understood either she has a scope to start a play school as well. And that gave birth to her another roles and responsibility as an edupreneur. So more than being an IT professional, she unleashed herself as a better parent, and from parenting, she unleashed herself as a better coach in parenting and parenting mindset coach. And from there on, she unleashed her another had a role as an edupreneur. This is her journey in short, and that's what we are discussing here. So, my question to you, super moms, if at all you are struggling in your life at any point of time and thinking, should I definitely need to give up this life for my family needs? Then it is not so. Here we are, super moms, for you to help you unleash your own potentials as well through our own journey, through our own personal touch to it. So please do hear this event till the end and get inspired, take a lot of actions, and live your dream life. Thank you so much, moms. So here we are continuing our journey and inspirational talk with Farhana. Okay. So, with that being said, Farhana, so what really helped you to focus on your life, your needs, and what attribute that is within you, and more than the spark that you had about your life, what attribute that you had within you that really helped you to bounce back towards life?
The attribute of, doing something for my own self, the self satisfaction was much
Self
needed.
love.
Self-love, yes, because I felt, I quit job, as you said. I quit job after like having an experience of 6 to 7 years in the IT industry. So it's been told, a person who has been always working, even if you get retired, they keep themselves busy with their own routine. I have seen a lot of people like that. Even though they don't, they're retired, they get up, they freshen up themselves, get ready, and be like that. So that was there. I took a break for short span, but then later on, I did not feel that I was being satisfied. My inner self, my inner soul wasn't satisfied with what the work. Yes, of course, I liked the whole routine, but then I felt my time is not being utilized effectively, because I really value time of myself, of people, because time and money, I've learned it over the years being a working mother, how time is so important. The time lost is like, it's a golden period, you cannot really get it back, right? So I thought, am I really wasting my time, and am I becoming a useless person? When my children grow up, would they not ask me, Mom, you've been working and you are good at so many things? Those things reflected to me, and I thought, no, okay, I should go back and give a try. you know I always believe, unless I try, or unless we try, give a try, we wouldn't know our own potential. We
Very
succeed, or we do not succeed. Only we can know our potential by trying and putting that effort. So without putting that effort and without trying, there is no point saying that I'm not being successful here, or I cannot really work. So I thought, let me try out. As you know me, as you have said so many things about me, I've been trying out many things in various areas. So exploring my own potentials, and yes, I've been doing good, pretty good in almost everything I've been doing so far.
wonderful, wonderful, Farhana. That's a great insight. Definitely, moms, at all that she's saying is take action. One and only if we take action and our own abilities, it will come into picture, and we will be able to witness the same for our own good. So, if at all you're wondering, is it really possible for you to have a professional life even when that is a need for you? And please do take some action and see how far you can and thrive in that. And from the lessons that you learn throughout your challenging times, after taking actions, you can definitely tweak it and ensure that all your dreams are also met along with having a very powerful family life. So, Farana, and you multitask, as I know. And so,
Yeah,
how do you effectively balance your family and professional life, Farana? Because you're doing so many things, and
I know.
just in IT job, just in being a job, and as a parent itself is a 200% job. Okay,
True.
and along with that, you also do this parenting coaching, right? And
Correct.
and also you run a school. So how
Yeah.
do you really manage so many things?
Yeah. See, it's all about time management, I would say. And of course, again, one other profile that you did not mention, or you might not be aware of, I have been a soft skills and personality development trainer in the IT industry. My full-time job is like IT software testing, but I eventually learned after joining IT industry that I'm more of a people oriented person than a mission person, or I can't sit in one place, honestly. And I really connect well with people. My interpersonal skills are really good, and somehow some one of my managers identified that, and I was put as a fresher into that area, and I did develop it and started loving the training aspect of it. And while I was giving training to a lot of people, I one of the key training programs I love about is the time management. So I've done a lot of trainings of on time management to many people. See, when I am a trainer, I should be able to practice it myself, right? So unless I try it, I would not have the conviction to do any training or give that knowledge to anyone. So I had put into practice what I've been learning, and this time management was a very very effective exercises that we do. If you have got an opportunity to attend any of the soft skills programs or personality development programs, you will know what I'm talking about. So when you really estimate or evaluate the time within this 24 hours that you do from morning till night, the daily routine that you evaluate, we will know that 70% of our time we do not use it effectively. It's only that 30% is that, we use it very effectively. So we will have to work it through. And yeah, that gave me a very, very good insight about time management and prioritization. As of course, coming from a IT background, we have to do these things. And now that we are leaders and in the IT industry too. So talk about prioritizing tasks. So I know what my calendar looks like in my IT. So for example, yesterday was Thursday, if I had to talk about, my calendar was 100% full from my office work. So I did not focus anything on my coaching. And I did had a very, very minimal food preparation for my home, like, bread sandwich or a toast and some quick lunch, so that, my children know what it is. And today being Friday, my day is quite okay. And, and it's a prayer time. So of course I'm religious too. So I did my prayers. I did cook something good for the lunch. And then, yes, I'm doing a call with you because I know this 1 hour of discussion that we are having, I know it is going to come. So I know how do I plan, that consciousness, the mindfulness about your time, your responsibility, and prioritizing your task will definitely help us. And coming to the coaching part that I do, I mainly do it over the weekends. I plan my week ahead during my weekends. I know what am I going to give to my coaching clients in the 5 days. It is very minimal that I provide to them during the weekdays, which is already planned and designed. So it hardly takes me 5-10 minutes to just share it in the group. Or now that we have tools, we schedule it on the Instagram and Facebooks, right? So coaching that way, I'm doing very minimal things. I know I'm taking very small steps in the coaching area because I'm just very new, even though we are 2 years into the system, but it is very new aspect of career when compared to the IT career that I'm into. So I'm taking slow steps. It's okay, because that conscious and satisfaction we need to have. We should not rush up, or we should not panic. You see, I know that, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Let's go slow. It's okay. It's a small investment. I have seeded. I know I have planted a seed. I'm just sowed a seed, and I'm planting it like every day. I know it is going to bear me fruits later. I'm preparing for the future. So it's
Awesome.
I knew what I need right now. So the mindfulness is very important.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, moms, all that tips that we get from Farhana today is first and foremost, we have to plan our day ahead. That is what she is saying. And may be it a day or be it a week, please do plan it. Have lot of mindfulness towards your time management. And it is just 30% of our time that we are utilizing for all activities that we currently do. So then what about the remaining 70%? If I can utilize that 70% really well, then we will be having a wonderful life of our dreams for sure. So just try to tap that 70% with the tools of time management. So that is what she's giving us today. And yeah, so Farhana, as a parenting coach, and if I'm not going to discuss with you anything about parenting, definitely moms will kick me. So here I am, and with some questions for parenting as well. Okay, as a
Sure.
parent of a toddler, I have n number of questions for myself. Okay,
Of course.
but the most important thing is you usually say always partner with your child, don't parent, right? So what is that you are saying by partnering with your child? How can we exactly partner them, especially when we are very much annoyed with their behavior, with their crankiness, and they are not listening to us at all, or when
Yeah.
we say don't do it, they do it. Right. So during those times, exactly how can we partner with them?
See, you have the answers in your own questions. Okay. So it's simple. You said that, when you tell them not to do anything, they're going to do it. So you know that, if you're going to ask them to sit, they are not going to sit. So the trick here is you have to prepare as an adult, as a grown up, you have to prepare yourself on how do you talk to them. It's usually I tell, before we partner with the child, first of all, like the mindfulness needs to come from us. It's like a project, growing children or parenting is a lifetime project because it has different phases that we need to undergo and different emotions that we need to deal with. So since you come from an IT background and I come from an IT background, I can talk in IT terms. They come like an agile ad hoc requests, which we are never prepared of, right? But as we are matured enough with our consciousness, with our thoughts, and with the awarenesses that we have, we know it is she or he is a toddler. We know that, okay, something is going to come unexpectedly. And that mindfulness of training your brain, I call it train the brain. I'm going to launch a new program some on this aspect, because unless we train our brain mentally, so that we know if we want the child to do something for us, on how we need to first study the child, okay, on what terms that the child will react upon and how he or she reacts upon. Because as a parent, you might have spent a lot of time with your child, you know your child best more than anybody else. So if you're going to tell your child, oh, don't, no, 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 throw it away, it's harmful, the child is going to be more curious and it's going to hold things very tight. So what you're going to do is, like, you need to simply say, hey, wow, you've got something really nice, can you show mama what it is all about? So you're going to partner, you've been being a really kind person to the other person. See, and I would literally translate this partnering word, because imagine you are dealing a business. Treat your child like a client, or treat your child like a business owner, and you are going to gain a lot of business from it. How would you treat your client? You're not going to shout at them, or you're not going to just answer randomly or hold or control randomly. When you treat a client, you are very, very conscious, your attention is fully on the client, you're being very careful on using your words, you know what your clients are like, you know how to, if it is a UK client, you know how to talk in that way. There's a difference, right? We are trained in all of that. So treat your client like that. So you're going to partner with your child as a business partner or a client, because it's very important. Because when we as professionals, we talk about client satisfaction, customer satisfaction, definitely we need to have our child satisfaction. We need to treat them equally as an individual, as a mature person, rather than ignoring them as just a child. Because what happens is, when we are pregnant, the mothers are pregnant, the child develops this sense of hearing, listening, and feeling. So if you could remember, you would be always asked to listen something nice, be happy always around, and you would be said to talk to your child. Mostly to the parents, your elders would say, keep talking to the child, keep touching the child. We have that power of naturally connecting with the child with the touch and feel therapy. I call it touch therapy. And because we are talking about a child and handling the child on their tantrums, so there are three things that I mentioned you. The first thing is understand the child and then talk the opposite. You first of all, using the sentences, we will have to, as mindful parents, we will have to consciously know of how to deal with or him. Second is, of course, keep in mind that your child is your partner, business partner. You're going to gain a lot of benefit out of it. I tell you the benefits. And the third thing is all about this touch and feel therapy. When you touch your child, rather, if you have a distance with your child and you're going to instruct, it is one way communication. You're simply instructing. It is simply like, telling an animal to move forward.
Okay.
Right? But it is a human, it is a child. That child looks upon you as an inspiration. So the child wouldn't really would like to hear something rude or harsh from you. So the child always longs for your love and kind, blissful words. Think about, just put yourself in your child's shoe. And all the time the parents keep saying, okay, don't do this, come, sit. There is no communication. It is on one-way instruction. So now, when you're going to hold your child and simply touch, there itself, you are partnering with your child emotionally.
Wow.
There itself, you are reducing your child's stress level or confrontation with 50%. So
Okay.
when you're holding your child, the child feels secured. The child thinks or imagines that you're going to hug him or cuddle him. So always, whenever you hold your child, just give him a hug or just hold the hand like this and just give a
Mm,
kiss on the forehead. I just wrote some few articles recently. These
mm,
are little things, very little things, and takes very few seconds, and they work as wonders and magics. So when you do that, you're already partnering with the child emotionally.
mm,
The next thing is you are going to use the words in an opposite way. If you're
mm,
going to tell the child drop off, he's going to hold it. So you're
mm.
going to say hold it, careful, don't drop off, then your child is going to definitely drop it off. Okay, try this, you will know the difference. Yeah. So
Yes.
the child would think, okay, there's something fishy that my mom is telling me to hold, so I need to drop it off. So you will know the difference. And please treat your child like a business partner where you're going to get the benefit for your lifetime. So whatever actions we are doing, whatever we are going to talk, this touch and feel therapy or whatever, little things are the investments that you're doing to your child and to you for your lifetime bonding. So this all these things will eventually change. If we make this as a habit every day, there will be a situation where once you get angry or start shouting at your child, you will have your children confronting you rather than you apologize. Today it just happened to me with
Mm,
my children. I was angry, or I had mood swings for
mm,
some reasons. I woke up in the midnight, because of the cyclone and all that. The
mm,
power cut was there. I was really annoyed and just said something, and I was like literally shouting and said, "Okay, for every little thing." I have two daughters.
mm,
The little one simply did nothing. She was
mm.
so clever that she wrote something. We generally sing when we are happy. This you must have heard this song. I love you, you love me. We are a happy family, right? She wrote to me and she put it in a rocket and put it in the kitchen. I did not notice. She just knocked, Mom, there is a note for you. I opened it. The moment I opened it, I was like so happy. Oh, I lost all my anger and just called her and said, why did you do that? She said, because we are a happy family, Mom. It's okay, you're angry. That's fine. We understand. I literally had tears in my eyes.
Oh,
I feel so wonderful. Oh my God. Because this is what you call it partnering. Whatever we do, children do replicate. They definitely look upon you as a role model, and you are there like they replicate you, or they pretend just like you might not have noticed, but start noticing it. Other parents, I'm sure, Aishwarya, you would have noticed your child. I know how cautiously you notice your child, but yeah, other parents, please pay attention and focus that many a times they do do a role play of how you talk, you and your husband converse, the words that you use, the kind of rude words, the kind of other words that we use upon some other others. They simply do a pretend play with their toys. You got
mm,
to be really conscious of all these things. So our behavior, the mindful behavior, will definitely reap a very fruit, which is very going to be very sweet to you for the lifetime. So please use this three formula of partnering with your child. Treat your child like a business client, because we all deal with a lot of clients, because everybody is working. That's the reason I have to use this metaphor of making your child as a business partner and partnering your child, because we give more value to outsiders than people at home. It usually happens in relationships also, right? Spouses too. We talk
mm.
nicely to others outside, and then we
Correct.
show off
Very
around. So yeah, I will stop. Otherwise, I'll keep talking.
true. Yeah, I can understand how much of passion that you have towards parenting, and that's why you are a parenting coach today. So I can really
Yeah,
understand that. Okay,
yeah,
so the most important thing, as mothers know, most of us just give up our dreams to parent our child, and we
yeah,
often feel powerless about our decisions in life. Okay, maybe first 10 years we would feel our children are the world's twist, and after 10 years we feel even more lost. And okay, some others always talk about their sacrifices to their children. Like, I
yeah,
sacrificed so much of my life because to parent you, because to help you come up, bloom like a flower in your life so much. Okay, so what
yeah.
kind of advice as a parenting coach that you would like to give to such parents?
Right. I would actually go back to the pregnancy period, because before pregnancy itself, as a girl or as a woman, we are brought into by our own parents. So in our Indian system of education especially, we are always sent to the school to study well. When your children are in school, or we were in school, at least, touch wood, I never had my parents telling me to study well and all that, because they were busy working and all that. So I have seen a lot of parents saying that, you got to study well, compete well, score good marks. And why? For what reason? So that you get a good job. If you talk to my father someday, you will, witness my father expressing, or many a times he has expressed to my children, that your mother never wanted to go to school. I definitely didn't want her to go to school. And I question, I make all kind of excuses to my parent every morning on how to skip the school, right? So one fine day I asked him, Papa, why should I go to school? So Papa says, like, you have to study well and earn, and then what? Okay, once you study well, you go to college, and then what? You will earn, okay, go to office like your mom, and then earn well. And then I asked, what? Okay, then what? You'll get married, you'll have children, you'll take care of them. Okay, taking care of children and getting married, why do you have to study? That was a question I asked back then when I was in my seventh standard. So my father, I didn't know what he thought or what he told me. I don't even remember. But again, after that, because of that incident, I wouldn't say I studied and all that. But I picked up for some other reason, and some other things changed in my life. There was a turning point. But this is how I mentally we were brought up as children, to study well, to earn for yourself, to create an identity. But in reality, what happens is we get married, we have our children, and when you're looking for your life partners, or they seek for alliances, they seek for, okay, my son is a BE, I need to seek a BE. My daughter is a MBBS, I need to seek an MBBS. For what joy? I sorry if I am hurting anyone's personal feelings, but this is the truth and reality we have to accept, because I want to really make all the parents of current generation to be very mindful about using terminologies, and creating your children and preparing your children for their future life, not only to stick on to the studies or prepare well. Give a broader perspective of life. So that is the reason we are all hurt. We were so aspirant when in the college to choose the career, to go for an engineering, stand in the queues for counseling, get into this college, that college. We're very selective in all these things. But after marriage, what happens is we are not, or we choose not to work, whatever might be the reason. We give up. As Indian ladies, we have that urge, okay, as an Indian woman, I should be a very family oriented girl, and I should be a good daughter-in-law first, and you get to hear a lot from your family too, like, first be good daughter-in-law and a wife at home, and then you can go serve the world outside. This is our
Correct.
Indian things. I do not deny that you can still be good while working, is my point, right? Because until or unless you are satisfied or within yourself, that's the first thing we spoke about, the self-love. You need to really love yourself for whatever you are doing. The one aspect of it is, you don't really have to step out of the house and go to an office to work. You can still do some small scale satisfying job within your home. I know my college friends who were very bright in their schools. Trust me, I used to be the last bencher in my college, and there have been like first benchers, and all of them, they are real good mothers now, but they are still doing small handwork, this embroidery, brochure work, and some are doing some jewelry thing. Now that online things have all come up, I really appreciate them, because they are doing something to satisfy their inner self. If we don't have that inner satisfaction, we are going to start blaming our own selves. That is a way of showing that you have not been unsuccessful to your children. In fact, I would always say, if we are going to tell our children that, okay, I have given up so much for you, you're actually demotivating your child. You're actually putting your child into an emotional trap to feel that, oh, I'm so sorry. The child is going to feel sorry for you. But as parents, on the other hand, we want our children to feel happy, right? So a small advice: it is your fault that you chose not to work. You can still start working, is my point, and not blame your children, or not blame anybody else. Yeah. So we need to transform and find our inner happiness, because we own our lives, we own our time, every moment we own it. So start doing something you like painting, drawing, stitching. My mom still keeps doing some crazy stuff. She got me married, I have two children, my brother is married, but still my mom keeps doing something, which I really like about my mom. At least that keeps her occupied with something. She is definitely an inspiration. So you be an inspiration to your children, is my always a good advice to your all the mothers.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Farhana. Actually, that really helps because I have seen so many of mothers giving up their dreams in the name of their children, parenting their children, and they feel so sorry about their decision and they are in guilt all the time. So
Yeah.
instead of that, and I also see there are a set of mothers who do this parenting job excellently well without any guilt. So
Correct.
there are two kinds of mothers as well, and let us have we have to definitely acknowledge both of them. So here, together at my point and Farhana's point to all of you mothers, if your need is to have a well balanced personal and professional life, there are n number of chances for you. Just you have to open up your own boundaries and see what best that you can do for yourself in the name of self love and freedom. And when you understand your self love and when you take some empowered actions, it will be easy for you to inspire your children rather than just telling them what are your burnt dreams, what are your lost dreams. That just gives them powerlessness, not empowerment. So that's what we are discussing here. But then, if you are a super mom who thinks parenting is your whole life, then it is also wonderful and wonderful, more than wonderful. So that requires even more of mental strength, that requires even more of clarity to have that kind of a mindset. If you are that kind of a mother, please do let me know. I'm just willing to have you in my show and to inspire many other mothers whose need is that. Okay, thank you so much, Farhana, for giving your time, your valuable advice. Then parenting, I mean partnering your child is like awesome. I can 100% resonate with it, and also the advice that you gave in the end, that is also fabulous. So I
Thank
really wish, right, that this session really helps mothers to have some clarity to take some actions towards their dream life as well. So is there anything else that you wish to add in the end for our mothers, for our viewers?
See, I always say, even though if it is a woman or a man, only we can make or break our lives. So
Very
it is in our hands. You see, making or breaking our lives is in our hands. So take actions with sitting inside the four walls, or even though you're going to a job, many don't have job satisfaction. Please find out what you are aligned to, what is your passion. One reason, sorry, I'll have to mention this. One reason why am I doing multiple things being into IT and coaching is, I realized my passion of being into IT and coaching industry 10 years after I started my IT industry. So it took me so long to find out, but still I have to balance it out in order to have my finances balanced to work in IT as well, do a coaching. But yeah, I am going to definitely quit IT, but once I establish myself as a really, really super coach in the future. So find your passion, live your life, love yourself, and make your life rather than breaking your life. And
That's
yes,
awesome.
all the best to you.
That's awesome. That's an awesome message. Thank you so much, Farhana, for that.
Sure, all the best. Thank you too much. All the best to you too, Aishwarya. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for having me in your show.
Yeah, with God's grace, let all your dreams come true, and may you become the best ever parenting mindset coach.
Sure, thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Talk
Yeah,
to you soon.
mothers. Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much. So, with this, we are ending this show today, and we will have another vibrant personality next week in our show. Thank you. Bye bye.